Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We got our 85 Honda ATC 250 SX. I got to turn around and look and remember what I'm working on. I am just spread too thin around here, and that kind of leads me to the problem. Is this machine has been pushed off in the corner. Everything was great with it, and it's set, and it's set, and it's set, and here we are a year later, and I haven't moved it. It had fuel in it, and you can tell, you know what happened then. I did drain the fuel out of it, but it was too late. And now the inside of the tank is rusted up. Now it's a solid tank, so I feel confident in killing a bunch of mosquitoes. And so it's a solid tank, and we certainly want to save it. So here's what we're going to do, and here's what I did. I went down and I got 2 of the small little buckets. You can get this on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description. Or you can go to your local parts house. AutoZone carries it too. It's a little more expensive there, but if you want it today, then you pay for that. So I took 2 of those, I poured them into the tank. This is about a 3-gallon tank. Each one of those makes a gallon. So it's a little thin for that. So what I've done is it's been marinating here for about 3 days. And so I haven't done a thing to it. I poured it in, I shook it up a little bit, at least once, twice a day, walk over, kind of shake the machine and kind of slosh it up a little bit. I'm gonna pull the tank now, we're gonna dump it out, we're gonna see what's coming out of it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of it, we're gonna strain it, and we're gonna put it back in. And we're gonna let it keep working depending on how it looks. It wasn't rusted like through, but it was certainly surface rusted. I wanna get this machine up and going. It's a shame that I let it sit like this, but it's the machine that started it all. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, it's mosquito season. And so this is their last hurrah. Winter's almost here, and the mosquitoes are out in the evening time, and it's kind of tough, to be honest with you. They like me. I'm sweet. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said, here's our machine here. It's an 85. It's just a solid runner. I've never done a thing to this machine. Honestly, I bought it. I rode it for a season or 2, and I started collecting through it. This is the machine that started it all for me. Original fenders, original tank. Honestly, when I bought it, I didn't even know I was really looking at it. It is just, it's the sport model of your Big Red in the 250cc class. They're highly coveted. The people in the know love them. The people that don't know don't think they're as cool as the Big Red. Personally, honestly, I think they're cooler than the Big Red. They're faster, they're sportier. The only reason I think this machine didn't take off like it should have is the front end. It does not have a disc brake on the front, and because of that, I think people kind of discounted it as slow. But it is not slow. With the right carburetor on here, with a good tune from Curtie, this thing will move out and wheelie all day long. It's automatic clutch, so anybody can drive it. It's a simple shift pattern. It has reverse. I mean, what more can you ask for? Electric start, it's got it. Fenders are over there. Don't think this is it. I mean, it's a beautiful machine. So we're going to clean this tank up, and we're going to save it. Kind of one fluid motion here. Oh, that's bad. Let that drain out just as much as you can get out. And here's the biggest benefit to Metal Rescue. If I could put a counter up on the screen, I think that's 10 tonight already. The biggest thing about Metal Rescue is you don't have to worry about neutralizing the product with baking soda. If you do vinegar and some of the other products on the market, you have to neutralize them almost instantly. And the way I do those, if you're using vinegar, and I've used vinegar, but it is a harsh chemical reaction to metal. Drain about half of it out, okay? Set your tank back up half full. Put up about a half a box of baking soda in it. Now go in slowly. This is going to want to foam as it neutralizes that acid. Just be careful. Maybe wear some safety glasses or gloves or something. But that's how I do it. That's how I neutralize it in the tank, and then I'll rinse it out with gasoline. I never use water when I'm using vinegar. Those are the 2 ways I do it. Now, Metal Rescue is different. Metal Rescue has a water base, basically, and water's your friend. So it's funny how it works, but you don't have to rush with Metal Rescue. All right, not bad. right, you see the silver in there, the gray? That's what we're trying to get back to. All that brown is rust, okay? We're gonna have to get that out. So here's how I suggest we go about that. This is bad. So I'm gonna go rinse this out with a hose. I'm gonna come back in. We're gonna strain the metal rescue. We're gonna stick it back in. This stuff is biodegradable and reusable. A couple of times they say on the box. All right, guys, and just like that, this is the easiest job I've ever had. So I literally put it in, moved it around, just kind of shook the machine. It's been marinating 3 days. Check this out. Now I did rinse it with a water hose. I used the the spray nozzle and sprayed in there really good. But wow, I don't even know that we need to do it again. Look at that. Look how nice that is. That's great. I think a little gasoline in there and this tank is done. Now I am going to change the petcock out. I think that's important. This machine's been sitting a long time. That screen definitely needs to be clean. You can just clean yours. But if you want an easy way to save a tank, Metal Rescue did the job. Now, if this tank was not as clean as it is, I would recommend going and pouring the Metal Rescue back in it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in a container. I'm going to save it. I've got a couple of other tanks I'd like to try it on and see just how far it will go. Look for that in an upcoming video. Cost on this job, it's about $35. So $35 to save an original metal tank. Definitely needs to be cleaned up, but a nice tank nonetheless. Even did a good job on your cap too. So here's the cap. When I filled up with the Metal Rescue, I went all the way up to where the cap was submerged, and you can see the line where the cap was submerged, and now it's treated and it's good to go. It's ready to rock and roll. So we're going to go forward. I'm going to change the petcock out. I'm going to blow the tank out, and I think it's ready to go back into service. All right, guys, so this has just went back out and re-rinsed it off. I went ahead and pulled the old petcock out, and as you can see, it was just a crusty mess. Now this is rebuildable, but I got to tell you, sometimes it's just not worth rebuilding when you can get factory original parts. Always the best way to go. These are available petcocks. You might not know this, but petcocks are available through 223cycles.net. Give Curtie a call. I'm going to follow it up with a new petcock, with a new screen and a new filter, and this thing's going to be ready to go for years to come. So that's what it's about, y'all. It's trying to save them and keep them, for the next generation or the next guy to enjoy them. I'm really considering probably letting this one go, even though this is my first one. It bothers me to let it sit in the corner and just rot away. It really does. No rust floating to the top on that one. That's good. That's real good. All right, now she is not. Everybody grabs the exhaust and goes, "It's cold." Well, this thing's been sitting a year. It ain't gonna get no. What's the chances we can make it run? Can we just flush the tank, or do we have to pull the carburetor too? Definitely needs a good detail for sure. All right, battery's toast. There ain't no way that battery's gonna do anything. We'll turn it on. It's in neutral. Let's see what we get. Honda, y'all. Keys on. Wow. We got battery? No, just enough to turn the light on. No, that's pretty cool. All right, no ignition's on then. Let's see. Lights off. Still no? No, it did. All right. Love these. That's what it's all about right there. Clean fuel, no sediment, just like you want. Perfect. All right. As always, thank y'all for watching. I hope this helps you out. Metal Rescue is a good alternative to using the vinegar and the distilled white vinegar. That is a great option, but it's very harsh. It's hard on your tank, guys. Be careful with it. Use protective eyewear. Be sure and neutralize the acid before you take it out, or your tank is going to flash rust. That is the biggest reason not to use it. It's much easier to use the Metal Rescue. It's just much more forgiving. It's water-based. You can use water like I did. I left it in there for 3 days. I rinsed it out twice, maybe 3 times. Put a new petcock in it with a new screen and filter, and it fired right up. You can't ask for more than that. You really can't. As always, y'all have a good evening. We'll see you in a couple days.